Now, if you're looking for a breakdown of all things Austin, Texas, then you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to go into some of the true cost of living in Austin. My name is Brandy Adkins. I'm with Realty Austin, and we are glad you're here, or we're glad that you came back. If you want to know all the things about living, eating, working, playing, and raising a family in the Austin area, you're at the right channel. My team and I, we're getting calls every day from folks just like you who are looking to make a move in or around the Austin area, and we absolutely love it. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you like this video and you subscribe so you get notified each time we drop a new video about living in Austin. You might be shocked by some of these numbers, so hold on to the end because the costs are probably not what you were expecting. Now, they are costs, however, that you need to be aware of and prepared for when making your move here. Cost number one you need to know about is the toll roads. The toll roads are more common in Texas than in many other U.S. states, since the relatively low revenue from the state's gasoline tax limits highway planners' means to fund the construction and operating of highways. In short, since we pay less in gas taxes, the state uses toll money to make up for the revenue to repair the roads. Central Texas has two agencies that operate the toll roads. There's TxDOT, and then there's Central Texas Regional Mobility Authority. Both agencies accept toll payments in one of two ways. Either you have a text tag, which is an electronic payment, or by mail. The text tag is a thin sticker that goes on the inside of your windshield right below your rearview mirror, which is read by the toll road. The toll amounts are automatically deducted from your Texas tag account. If you prefer the old-fashioned way of paying by mail, you can do that. Just keep in mind that there are additional processing charges. There's currently 11 toll roads in and around the Central Texas area. The largest is I-30, which I am on every day. It's a 4-lane road that's 91 miles, and the tollway runs from Georgetown, which is the suburb North Austin, all the way south of Austin into Seguin. Now, fun fact, portions of this toll road have a speed limit of 85 miles an hour, the highest in the country. I personally will drive 10 minutes further to use a toll road because I need to get where I'm going. I drive a lot and it's a business expense for me. But because the toll roads are built a little off the beaten path, that can deter Austinites from wanting to not only drive out of the way to jump on a toll, but then have to pay to do it. This is another great reason to reach out to my team. We can help you navigate the neighborhoods, the tolls. We can factor in commute times and schools and all the things to make sure that you're in the right place for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. And not all neighborhoods are actually going to require the use of the toll roads. There are some that actually leave you no option, like my house, where you just have to get on the toll roads, but not all neighborhoods will. So we can definitely help you out with all of that. In short, the problem and blessing with the toll roads is, as intended, they are super convenient, but that convenience adds up. So depending on where you live, a ride a day on the toll road needs to be factored into your budget. The second thing on the list is gas prices. So gas prices right now in Austin are around $3.52 a gallon, and that's down from about a month ago when prices were $4.15. Now, I've got a soccer mom SUV, so trips to the pumps were getting brutal there for a while. I realized that I may be late to the game, but apparently there are apps for that. So just today, I was looking into the Upside and Gas Buddy, where you use their app and earn rewards. So that sounds good, and I'm looking into it. Typically, I try to fill up our SUV bi-weekly during our haul to Costco because they always have the lowest prices around me. As of today, their prices were about $3.10 a gallon. All right, number 3, I want to talk about taxes. If you're new to Austin, the property tax rate can be an adjustment. While it's true that we don't have state income tax, we do have higher than average property taxes, usually 1.7 to 3.4% of the assessed value. With this much of a swing, the property tax rate can make a huge difference in your monthly payment. So if you're looking to keep property taxes as low as you can, it is imperative that you reach out at the beginning of your home search so we can help guide you through the taxing entities. In fact, we have a list. It's the Austin neighborhoods with the lowest property tax rates, all mapped out and ready for you, and we are happy to share that with you along with the wealth of other resources that we have. So we're happy to help. Reach out sooner than later. All right, back to taxes. Now, I was meeting with a new home builder in a community that is north of Austin. It's in Georgetown. And what was interesting is it's a brand new community and it has actually won awards for their amazing amenity center. But the taxes in this community are decreasing year over year. And I know what you're thinking, what? Yes, I said the taxes were actually decreasing. Now, the reason that their taxes have gone from 2.93% to 2.86%, and then in the fourth year they're at 2.7, is because they are in what we Texans call a MUD. That is a municipal utility district. Now I'm going to say it louder for the people in the back because you need to know about this. A municipal utility district is one of several types of special districts that function as independent, limited governments. The purpose of the MUD is to provide a developer an alternative way to finance infrastructure such as water, sewer, drainage, and road facilities. As the neighborhoods expand, more homes share in this MUD tax and the rate can actually decrease, which is a great thing in this market. Okay, the fourth thing we're going to talk about is utilities. Now, I want to start with air conditioning. We usually call it HVAC. You know, guys, in Texas, it is hot. And we're not trying to hide this. It is hot here. We are known for the heat in Texas. And if you can't handle 30 days of above 100 degrees or hotter heat, then you may not make it here. Texas may not be for you. My point about air conditioning is we don't build homes without air conditioning. You cannot live in Texas without air conditioning. So we have these ACs and they are going to run pretty much 24/7 from May to October. And fans, they're not optional. You have to have them. So my house is just about over 3,000 square feet and our HVAC bills are usually around $300 a month. And we like to keep the house around 71 to 73. My husband says 71, I say 73. So along with running the HVAC, you better plan to keep that unit serviced. So I suggest a plan where the unit is checked out twice a year to keep things in great shape. You do not want to be without AC for even one day or one night. You can't do it. It's an emergency here in Texas. Texas is a deregulated energy state. So the utility company continues to own the delivery infrastructure, but energy users can now make their own energy choices by selecting which provider generates or purchases the energy delivered to them. Now we have the power to choose where our energy comes from. This growing movement allows energy users to choose from multiple energy providers based on rates that suit their needs. So you can actually go to a website called choosetexaspower.org and you can sign up for an energy plan online, or you can actually speak to someone they call an energy expert and you can shop for the lowest rate in your area. All right, back to utilities. I want to talk about water. Texas has a much lower water cost than the US average, but we can't talk about water in Texas without talking about water restrictions. So at the time of this video, I would like you to know that everyone in Texas grass is yellow, brown, and super crunchy. If your grass is green and thriving in August in Central Texas, then consider this a citizen's arrest because you are not following the county watering guidelines. I'm talking to you, Cody. I see you out there at 10 p.m. watering your lawn on non-watering days. We have to get technical just for a second because these are terms that you're going to be hearing when we're talking about water in Texas. WCID is a Water Control and Improvement District, WCID. It is a political subdivision of the state of Texas and is empowered to purchase, construct, operate, and maintain everything necessary to provide water, wastewater, and drainage services. So as of August 2022, drought continues to expand across Central Texas and cities are implementing much tighter watering restrictions right now. These restrictions vary from city to city, and each community has its own hierarchy of restrictions based upon the drought contingency plans. So for example, stage 1 restriction in Austin may not be the same as those in Dripping Springs. Travis County WC ID 10, which is what I am in, is currently in a stage 1 drought water use restriction. Now, the type of restrictions that are set in place are things like with automatic irrigation, we're only allowed 1 day per week, and that's from midnight to 8 a.m. to water our lawns. For example, washing your vehicles at home, you are permitted only if you have an auto shutoff hose. And what's interesting is at restaurants, the servers will not give you water unless you ask for water. It has to be requested by the customer. So the main point in this, in Texas, with the heat, you need to play by the rules. Austin residents love to enjoy and protect our lakes and the environment and the future water supply, and that may be at the expense of our yards. So when you move here, please adhere to the mandatory watering days and times. Cost number 5, I want to talk about daycares and preschools. For full-time, full daycare in Austin, the average cost across age groups ranges from $500 to about $2,300 per month, with an average price of about $1,100. There are many factors that determine the price, and you'll need to take these into consideration. Curriculum, student-teacher ratios, schedules, location, facilities, and the educational training of the teachers. But between 2021 and 2022, we saw an average increase of 8% in daycare costs. So in addition to tuition, there's going to be some additional fees that I thought that I would mention. So associated with daycares and preschools, the top 3 that you need to know about are the applications or waiting list, the fee for enrollment, and any extra supply fees. Personally, we were glad when school started and we got to lose that second mortgage that we called daycare cost or after school care. And actually, for after school care, we actually did something a little different. They do have school programs, they have YMCA, and there are pickup programs. But what we did, because we wanted to have the kiddos home with us after school, is we opted to have a caretaker. We found on a site, a great site called care.com. We had a great experience because we work from home, so we got to greet the littles at the bus stop, and the caretaker would come in and we would head back to the office and finish our work days, and they would start their homework and have snack and do their chores and have it all knocked out by 5 p.m. so we could all enjoy our evening together. Caretakers range from $15 to $25 an hour. And let me tell you, when you find the right person that will also load and unload the dishes or even take the dog for a walk, win-win situation. Okay, number 6, the average cost to rent. Nationally, the average rent increased 15.2% between January 2021 and January 2022. The average rent prices in Austin Metro during the same time period saw an increase of 35%. So in February 2022, it was reported that the Austin Metro saw the second highest year-over-year rent increase nationally, trailing just behind Portland. And then Redfin's chief economist, he was quoted saying that the rising mortgage rates are squeezing more Americans out of the for sale market, which will likely put more pressure on rents in the coming months. So even as purchasing prices stabilize, we do not see rents coming down. All right, now let's talk about the average cost to buy a home. The Austin market is by no means balanced, and it still favors sellers. But buyers have more bargaining power now than at any point since before the pandemic. I'm starting to see more price reductions over the last few weeks, and I've been able to help my buyers not only negotiate off the sales price, but also negotiate for repairs. Now, we're coming off of a market where buyers were doing everything that they could do to win homes, which was drastically driving up prices. There was no negotiating, not even a little. So to see price reductions, sale prices below asking, and sellers willing to make concessions for repairs, this is a huge turning point. So the experts over at Realtor.com are not only projecting that active listings will continue to grow year over year as our inventory recovery accelerates in the second half of 2022, but they also acknowledge inflation has made a more significant and long-standing impact on the real estate market than was anticipated 6 months ago. These changes have allowed inventory to build. Now, if you want any information about the cost of living, what it's like to live here in Austin, Texas, my team and I are getting calls every day from folks just like you looking to make a move to the capital city, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving or relocating anywhere in the Austin area, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or skip to the front of the line and click the link in the description below and schedule a Zoom call with one of my team members. We are always here to help you, and we've got you covered with your move to Austin, Texas.